everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to begin with a new topic, that is narration. This is very interesting topic and important for competitive exams as well. So let's begin the session. First, we'll discuss the meaning of narration. So let's have a brief introduction of narration. Narration is a fundamental storytelling technique that serves as the vehicle for sharing a sequence of events, experiences, or information with audience. Basically, narration refers to storytelling or describing an event. Now, this chapter is also called direct indirect speech. So let us take an example to understand the meaning of direct speech and indirect speech. Suppose we have two persons, A and B. This person A conveys some message to B. It means A says something to B. So A is a person who is conveying, who is speaking something to B, or who is telling something to B. So there is a message sent by A to B. Now A is the speaker of the sentence and B is the listener of the sentence. Whatever A speaks is the direct speech and the words spoken by A itself. So this is called the direct speech. This speech is called direct speech. Now, B says the same information or tells the same information to C. The information given by A to B, now what B does, that B tells the same message to C or conveys the same message to C as spoken by A. Now, the words of A are going to C indirectly. A is not giving the same information to C directly. In fact, the words of A are spoken to C by B. This process of saying words of another to another person is known as indirect speech. Now, whatever B conveys to C are the words of A. That is why the message which B is giving to C is called indirect speech. Through narration, writers and storytellers create a bridge between their imagination and the minds of their audience. Now, narration has two parts. One is direct speech and another is indirect speech. So whatever A conveys to B is direct speech, and when B conveys the same message to C as spoken by A, this is called indirect speech because B is telling the words of A to C. Now, this direct speech again contains two parts. It is divided into two parts again. One is reporting verb and another is reported speech. Now, let us discuss these one by one. First, we'll see an example of direct speech and indirect speech. The act of reporting the words of a speaker to someone is called narration. Direct speech is Gagan said to Rohit, I am happy. Now, these are the direct words said by Gagan. So, this is the process said to, this is the process which is going on, that Gagan is saying something to Rohit that I am happy. So, this is the basic speech directly written as said. Therefore, it is called direct speech. And in the same thing, this part in which some process is being done, this is called reporting verb. RV means reporting verb. And the statement that has been said or the message that has been conveyed, this is called reported speech, that is RS. So RS means reported speech, and whenever I say RV, it means reporting verb. Now, if we say the words of Gagan to Rohit, Or if we write this sentence, this speech in our words, we will write it like Gagan told Rohit that he was happy. So this style is known as indirect speech. Now, change in the reporting verb. To convert a direct speech into indirect speech, several changes need to be done. What are the changes? Let us learn one by one or step by step. So first we'll discuss the words in reporting verb, change in reporting verb. Now you can see here, Rudresh said to me, I shall go to the mall today. This is the basic sentence. Now here it is written said to in reporting verb. And in indirect speech, we can see that said to has been converted to told. It means said to changes into told. Now we have some words said to, says to, say to, and said. Same, say, or says. Now, if we have any of these words, these are changed in a style. Said to is changed into told. Says to, because it is in present tense, so it is changed into tells. Say to, change into tell. And said remains same, that is said. It remains same. Again, say and says also remains same, that is say or says. So they remains same. Only the verb which is having a preposition to is changed. Now, the part of reporting verb we have changed. Now we'll learn the most important part, that is the change in reporting speech. That is the change of the subject. How it is done. Now let us see the subject changes. Here we can see pronouns are changed according to the rule, that is SON. Now what does this SON mean? Let us understand one by one. You must have heard three persons in pronoun: first person, second person, and third person. First person is I and we, second person is you, and third person is he, she, or it, and they. So these are three types of person. Now let us see the first change of the subject. Now we have two things, reporting verb and reporting speech. Reporting verb is denoted as RV and reported speech RS. So if reported speech, that is RS, begins with first person pronoun, that is I or we. So listen to it very carefully. Reported speech, if the subject of the reporting speech is first person pronoun, if the subject of reported speech is first person pronoun, will go to the subject of reporting verb, will go to the subject of the reporting verb and will write it in its nominative case. For example, Ria said to me, I am good. So this is direct speech. Now if I write the same in indirect speech, it will be like Ria said to me no converts into told. So said to will be replaced with told. So Ria told me. Now these comma inverted commas, they are replaced with that. So that Ria told me that. Now here we can see the subject is I, that is first person pronoun. So we'll move to subject of reporting verb, that is Ria. And if we see the nominative case of Ria, it will be she. And the sentence is in present tense, it will be converted into past. So she was good. So this will be the correct sentence. Ria told me that she was good. I hope you got it. I repeat again. If the subject of the reported speech is first person pronoun, we'll straight away go to the subject of the reporting verb and convert it into nominative case in case of indirect speech. Now, the second rule. If the subject of reported speech is second person pronoun, second PP means person pronoun, will go to the object of reporting verb, will go to the object of reporting verb and convert it into its nominative case. Now, what are nominative cases? The subjective case that we have already learned in pronoun. So we'll convert it into the nominative case. For example, Ria said to me, you can do this, or you can do it. Suppose this is the sentence. Now, if I convert this sentence into indirect speech, it will be like Ria said to will be changed to told me that. Now we can see here we have second person pronoun which will be changed according to the object of reporting verb, and that is me. Now the nominative case of me is I. Can will be converted into could. Do it. I could do it. So the correct sentence will be Ria told me that I could do it. And the third rule states that if the subject of reported speech is third person pronoun, it needs no change at all. It means if I convert a direct sentence into indirect speech, and in the direct speech, the subject of reported speech is third person pronoun, it will remain same in indirect speech as well. If it is written he in reported speech of the direct sentence, it will be same in indirect speech as well as he. So here we can see the rule. First we change according to the subject, in second we changed according to the object, and in third there was no change. So with the subject, with the object, and with no change, this stands with SON. So you can learn this concept with the help of a word that is son, that is SON. First person according to subject, second person according to object, and if there is third person, there should be no change. So this is the rule which we should always keep in mind while changing the subject of direct speech into indirect speech. Now let us see some examples. Here one more case comes with the second case, that if the subject of the reported speech is second person pronoun, will go according to the object. One more case comes in this concept, that if the object is absent in reporting verb, then what we will do. But this part we'll discuss later on. Now, if we have these type of sentences, that is first person, second person, or third person, she says, I'm in 10th class. He says to her, you have not done your work. Everybody says, they have completed the task. Now, there is a type of change again, that is tense type change. Whatever is written in present tense, now we have two parts, reporting verb and reported speech. Now, if we have reporting verb, it is if it is in present tense or future tense. The tense of reported speech while converting a direct sentence into indirect speech, it does not change in tense. No change in tense of reported speech. But in case of indirect speech. But if it is in past tense, the tense change to its past. Always. For example, whatever is in present tense will be converted into past tense. If it is in past tense, the conversion we'll discuss later on. Now she says, I'm in 10th class. So this sentence will be converted into indirect speech like she says will remain says. I is the first person pronoun which will convert according to the subject. So I, that in place of inverted commas. I will be converted into she. She said that she is in 10th class. Now, I have written the sentence in the same tense because here the reporting verb is in present tense, and if the reporting verb is in present tense, we do not change the tenses of the sentence. Again, he says to her, you have not done your work. Now in this sentence, we can see you, the second person pronoun, will change it according to the object of the reporting verb. So the sentence will be like, he says, or says to will be converted into tells. He tells her that she. Now have is used for plural. She is singular, so it will be has. Not done, and your again will convert into her according to the object. She has not done her work. So this will be the direct speech of this sentence. Now for this sentence, again, the indirect speech will be everybody says. Now everybody is third person pronoun. Says will remain says. That and they is also third person, which do not require any change in the subject. So everybody says that they have completed the task. So this will be the correct indirect speech of these three sentences. As you can see here, first person, second person according to the object, and third person that has no change in the subject. Now rules for change of verb or tense. Now how a verb or tenses change. If reporting verb is given in present or future tense, then there will be no change in the verb or tense of reported speech. As I have already told you, that if the reporting verb is either present or in future tense, there will be no tense change. No change of tense will be done. For example, the teacher will say, Krishna is performing on the stage. Now in this part, the teacher will say, this will remain same. Comma inverted commas will be replaced with that. Now Krishna is the third person, and third person requires no change of the subject. So Krishna will remain same as Krishna. And because the reporting verb is in future tense, so there is no need to change the tense as well. So is will remain is, the sentence will remain same, only that will be included. So the teacher will say that Krishna is performing on the stage. This is very, very simple. But if the subject change is required, it will be done accordingly. Second case, if the reporting verb is given in past tense, then the tense of the verb of the reported speech will change into corresponding past tense. It means if the reported speech is in present tense, reported speech is in present tense, so it will be converted to the corresponding tense of the past. Like has, have will be converted into had. SMR will be converted into was were, and first form will convert it into second form. For example, the direct speech is the professor said, I'm suffering from fever. Now in this case, the professor said, I is the first person which will be converted according to the professor, that is she, because the professor is a girl over here. Now I will be converted into she, was, am will be converted into was. So am is present tense, that will be converted into was because with she we use was, suffering from fever. Now rules for changes of tenses when there is past tense. Now present tense will convert into past tense, but if the tense is already in past, indefinite, it will be converted into past perfect. If it is in past continuous, the reporting speech of the direct speech sentence is in past continuous, it will be converted into past perfect continuous when we convert a direct speech into indirect speech. Now, if the reported speech is in past perfect tense, this will not be changed. The tense will not be changed. It will remain past perfect only. And if it is in past perfect continuous, so again, this will not require any change in the tense, and this will remain same as it is. That is past perfect and past perfect continuous. So these are the rules how we change direct speech into indirect speech. I hope you got everything. So here we can see in the table as well, present indefinite changes into past indefinite, whereas past indefinite changes into past perfect, and past perfect requires no change. Present continuous change into past continuous changed into past perfect continuous, and past perfect continuous requires no change. Present perfect changes into past perfect no change. Present perfect continuous change to past perfect continuous, and past perfect continuous requires no change. Now, in case of assertive sentences, sentences are the sentences that we speak directly, or the statements. If to is used after the reporting verb, say to, is changed to tell, says to is changed to tells, and said to is changed to told. I have already told you this. Direct speech, Akash said to me, I cannot help you. So Akash told me that he could not help me because I is changed according to the Akash. And said to converts into told, comma inverted commas replaced with that, and you is according to object, that is me. So this is the example of assertive sentence. Now, in this session, we have read the changes of the tenses. Now, rest part will discuss in the next session. Thank you very much.